What 3 types of people shouldn't have cell phones?
I would say children, inmates, and psychopaths. You know I've been psychotic and I've texted you and called you one too many times during my psychosis. So I think I should lose that privilege where I'm not well, so.
Dysh. Dysh. Dysh.
Hey y'all, it's Onika.
And J.R.
And you are dishing with DaintyDysh. How you doing, J.R.?
I am doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing well. What you been up to?
Oh, man, last week when I was telling you about the book, oh my gosh, what was the book called again? Policing the Black Man. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, the book's okay. You know, it's all right. Yeah, it's kind of okay. I was right in the middle of it. And then I read Angela Davis's essay on prosecuting the black man. And then there were some follow-up essays on, you know, the prosecution and the Supreme Court. So a lot of American stuff. But it was still cool nonetheless. But it was a really good read. I'll let you borrow it.
Thank you.
But this week I am reading one that was recommended to me by one of the guys that I was working with. I had read it already in the past, Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. It's a negotiation book. I'm lending it to a friend, so checking that out.
I'm not the best negotiator.
You're not?
No, I'm not the best negotiator. That's why I have you, I think.
Oh, okay. That's cool. I like that. That's kind of cool.
Well,
I think I'm okay.
I think you're okay too. I think you're pretty good.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I've been
yeah, like how are you doing?
I know. I'm just like threw it to you. I'm like, yeah, meh. I've been working quite a bit lately, but just getting over a little bit of a cold, feeling much better though. And I signed up for another dating site.
Did you? Oh my goodness. Which one now? Which one are you doing now?
Okay, so I'm with, because I know I didn't say before which one I was with, but I'm with eHarmony and I'm with OkCupid now.
Okay. You're ridiculous.
It was cheap and I liked the application process.
Yeah?
It was like really easy. They asked questions like would you let transgenders into the military? Would you have voted for Trump?
What kind of question is that though?
It's like a random question that like you would want to know ethically how people feel.
I would like, who cares?
About that population.
Like I don't understand why it'd be a question.
It was just one of the random questions that for some reason I remember that stood out to me.
Right, whatever.
So it has quite a bit of questions on there, and I've gotten like 25 or 30 likes, but I've passed on each one of them.
Look at you. You're just like you're loving that like Pavlov's no, that's like the hierarchy of needs. No, the one with the dog.
Classical conditioning.
You're just like ding ding. Oh my gosh. So you're in love with your cell phone now. I guess you're one of those.
I've learned to fall in love with myself, and I never thought it would happen. I never thought it would happen. I usually use my phone for calling. I have apps and everything, but these ones are hot.
Anytime I can get rid of my phone, being an IT professional, I'm about that life. Like just throw it in the corner. Don't talk to me. I'm good. Don't message me. I mean, you saw me on, what day was it, Sunday, where I got a text message and I'm like, oh, I should have checked an email. Wait, I'm a professional. I have to do this now. I forgot, like I don't want to be on my cell phone. It's just a waste of time. It takes up so much. You don't get to enjoy the moment. Like you don't get to see the sunset.
No, but you know what? Fair enough. But sometimes we'll be sitting on my couch and you will be on your phone. Like you like to look up random things. Like we'll say something and then it's like, I have to find out this information immediately. I have to like take a look and just go on the internet and randomly find, and then it'll lead you down some kind of other rabbit hole. So don't act like you're not cell phone, a little bit of appendage with the cell phone.
That's when I have nothing better to do. And it's very rare I have nothing better to do.
And it's fair to like your cell phone when you're bored. That's fair. It's like a toy.
Yeah.
Well, like a toy.
Yeah, well, the good old days when I had like, my first cell phone was the Nokia. That one that had the snake game.
I remember the snake game with the box.
It went around and just got, the snake got longer and longer. Yeah, that was my first
I remember that one.
Yeah. What was your first cell phone?
Mine was a Sony Ericsson, but it got stolen at a baby shower that I hosted at my house. It got stolen, so I ended up getting a Nokia. And just a little fun fact about Nokia: when you mix up the letters, it spells Onika, and that was the only reason.
You're ridiculous.
I got the phone. Like that was the only. That was the only reason I got that phone. But gone are the days of, remember landlines? Remember when you shared a phone?
And your dad was your
voicemail
assistant,
like
secretary, whatever. If he didn't want you to get the message, you weren't getting the message.
The cord was long and windy. You could trip over it. Now they're the size of your palm, and
my
so accessible.
First smartphone was a Palm Pilot.
It was a Palm Pilot.
Yeah.
Isn't that the one with the pen?
Yeah, it had this like little like stylus you pull out and you can touch the screen. It was cool at the time.
Like the Palm Pilot said, it fits right in your palm. It's your third appendage.
Yeah, went from Palm Pilot, then I got like a BlackBerry, where BBM. Like that's vintage now.
Yeah, it used to go down in the BBM, not the DM.
Oh wow, I'm
just
funny.
saying.
That wasn't funny.
It was funny. It was the BBM and the DM.
And then iPhones took over. iPhones took over. I had a Samsung for like a minute, like an Android, and then
I had an Android for a second before I switched
mine was
to
a minute.
iPhones.
It was more like maybe 1,000 minutes, and then
I was like, yeah, I'm over this.
And then I went to
this interface
back to the iPhone,
is not for me. I didn't like the interface on Samsungs. I don't like.
See, as an IT professional, I love what Android does because you can customize it, and you can do whatever you want. You can be a geek. You can do make it your own. But the thing is, when I'm working, I just want my phone to work. I just need it to work. I don't want to think. And out of the box, the iPhone works.
That's true.
That's yeah.
But what about all the damage that it's done?
What do you
cell
mean?
Phones.
What kind of damage?
Like the cell phone nation that we're living in.
Okay. Number one pet peeve. Now that I'm working downtown Toronto, and I'm like I've through my life I've gravitated downtown working at different times of the day depending on what kind of job I had. So when I was like cooking, it was like really early, and then when it was like a retail kind of thing, it was like early, and then now now it's earlier than I'm wearing a suit, or not a suit, but like dressed up in an office, and then retail's like a little bit later, and you kind of just see people on the subway, and you kind of can like see what the job they have. But nonetheless, my pet peeve is when people are on their cell phones and walking up the stairs in the subway station. Yes. Walking down the stairs. Why do you have to do that? I don't understand. What's your problem? Like, can you just put your phone away and just walk up or down the stairs? The problem is now we have reception down there. It's, what is it, wind? One of them provides reception. Wind. Blow in the wind. In nature, don't go in the subway. Like, I don't need you. I don't need you in the subway. Like, why?
We need peace in the subways.
Now people are on their phone. It's like they're on the platform on their phone. Like, it's like this is annoying. And
it's also very dangerous.
Yeah, I guess.
I've walked and texted and walked into things.
See, you're a dumbass.
I'm stupid. I'm a stupid person. Like, I'll be like, oh, I'm just gonna finish this text. Like, I'm right in the middle of it. And I'm just going to look down. I'm going to finish it. And I've walked into poles, trees.
Is that why you got that bump on your forehead?
Probably. Maybe. I don't know. I once got smacked in the face by a branch while texting. I try not to do it so much as I used to, but that's not the kind of dangers I was talking about though with this new cell phone nation that we seem to, and cell phone generation that we seem to be living in. I'm talking about our youth and cell phones and how they're handling
like how they're in like classrooms
their
and
cell
stuff
phone.
now.
They're in their classrooms with their cell phones. They take them everywhere. They're unmonitored.
It's funny. One of my coworkers was saying that his children will text message each other while they're sitting across from each other, not even call each other on the phone, or even just say hey from across the room. They'll text each other. Like, that doesn't make sense to me.
No.
Why would you do it?
It makes absolutely no sense. And I think cell phones are becoming something that is potentially very damaging to people's mental health as well. Like, there are studies that are showing that there's a correlation between depression and anxiety and the use of cell phones. And it's not from people who necessarily are using their phones when they're bored, but it's from people who they literally can't put their phones down. They feel anxiety when they're separated from their phones, or they feel what we're going to talk. I think we've mentioned this before, but FOMO, fear of missing out. That's becoming like a scientific thing where people are just afraid that they're missing a message or a post. You know, the phone it's a miniature computer now. So, of course, it has the internet. We all have our data packages except for you because you're a weirdo.
Don't hate it. I like saving my money.
You like saving your money.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So there's so much to be said for what cell phones are doing now to our youth, to this younger generation. And I'm not even talking about the millennials. I'm talking about the generation underneath, the ones that have not known anything but the internet and smartphones.
Generation Z.
I read recently that they're called iGen. They're called iGen.
Serious?
I have no idea if it's because of the iPhone or Apple.
I got it. No. I got it. Wait. Okay. The history books are going to read, in the 21st century, children born after 1995 were known as the I generation. And the reason they were known as the I generation is because of a company named Apple, whose marketing scheme it was to place the prefix I in front of all their products so that they became synonymous with the word I. And that was the name the generation decided to take. They were named after I.
Yeah, you thought about that way too much. That came out too smooth. You.
I think on my feet. That's my public speaking class. I'm like improv.
Yeah,
man.
maybe that's your
man.
improv. The
That's
improv
cool.
coming out in you. I don't know if that's why they're called iGen. You know, one can only assume just because of the iPhone. But this generation, they haven't known anything but the internet and cell phones and having access on their
I guess because
phones.
when we even me being a little bit younger than you, growing up, I didn't have a cell phone till I was in high school. I didn't even have the internet. I didn't get the internet until just before high school, and it was dial-up at that time, so it was like you couldn't even
use it. I had dial-up.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, the iGen, just so you know, is 1995 to 2012 births.
Is it?
So yeah, that's what's considered generation, I guess, Z. So we had dial-up internet. We had cell phones. When we had cell phones that were simply just phones.
Yeah. And now we've got these phones that are a gateway to the whole entire world.
Yeah, and the amount of apps that you can put on your phone, which is a gateway to multiple worlds, just there on your phone. Yeah. You need a ride? Call Uber. You need food? Just press Just Eats app. You want a date? Okay, Cupid. Boom.
What? You want to have a little bit more fun? Tinder.
There you go. There you go. You know, you want to know what the weather is outside? Don't look outside.
Yeah.
There's an app for that.
Oh my goodness.
There's an app for that.
I'm guilty of that one. I mean, I used to like just go outside.
Just open the door.
Open the door. You know, then I'm like, instead of opening I just look at the app. I'm like, why am I doing this?
That's what cell phone nation has created. We're in a cell phone nation. Like we have become lazier and more just unaware of the world around us because we're on our phones, our gadgets 24/7. My therapist recommended to me because she was concerned about my sleep patterns. Mm-hmm. So she recommended to me 2 hours before you go to bed, turn off all your screens, cell phone included.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
At least 2 hours.
I do an hour.
I try to do about an hour. I don't think I do 2 hours, but I'll do like at least an hour. Just turn off all your screens and just let your brain calm down from the day of rushing.
Yeah.
Like that rush of the internet, that euphoria that you get, that joy that you get from checking the messages and checking the posts and sending texts and receiving texts.
Yeah.
Like just come down from that mentally. And prepare yourself for something like sleep, because that's also another problem with young people having their cell phones. They're not getting as much sleep as they used to.
What do you mean?
The average child needs about 10 hours of sleep a day.
I wish I could get 10 hours.
I wish I could. Actually, I probably do get 10 hours. Like when I'm not working, at least. My days off, I sleep all day. I don't care. But the average person, the average kid should get about 10 hours of sleep a day. Some kids are getting 5 or 6, maybe 4, because they're on their gadgets, because parents aren't taking those gadgets away from them at the end of the day. They're allowing them to keep them in their rooms. They have access to friends, late night conversations. I remember when I used to have a late night conversation with the boy, for instance, I used to have to take our landline phone from the basement, unplug it, walk it upstairs, plug it in my room, and then throw my sheet over it so my parents wouldn't find out that I was on the phone.
Wow.
It's not that complicated anymore.
It's
not that serious anymore.
No, not at all.
You could be on that phone till 5 a.m., have it plugged in, ready to go in the morning.
Yeah.
It's so kids are, they're losing sleep. It's starting to seriously affect their mental health. I had also remember hearing a story about a young woman who attempted to commit suicide because she was on her Instagram and she was following models. So she had some body image issues.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah,
it's not
access,
real. Like it's not real. Instagram's not real.
Yeah, and they don't know that. They don't understand that. This is all they've ever had access to. So they process things differently than the adult brain would, like your brain or my brain.
Yeah. I mean, it's on Instagram. I mean, they're just I don't know.
It's filter.
Yeah,
it's not.
It's everything's. It's fake. It's Photoshop 2.0. Like
basically,
you could do it from your phone.
But the point is the young woman, ended up suffering because she felt she wasn't good enough, because this was the messaging she was getting from the internet, constantly being on her phone, constantly seeing these posts. She felt she didn't look the right way. She didn't feel good about herself. And this is this is becoming to me a problem with young people today, that they're not able to unplug. Like that they feel like the world isn't worth being in if they can't be on their phones.
I don't know. I'm just remembering a moment where our cousin Dee was here, and
Lord, but she loves her phone.
And she loves her phone. Like, no,
yes.
And it was just like, hey, you want to put your phone down? No, I don't need to. I'm involved in the conversation.
I'm listening, sort of.
Like, yeah, but she was in the conversation. Like,
she was in it. She was multitasking.
Like doing it both times. It's like she grew up with that thing in her hand.
It's a third arm. That's what I call a cell phone, a third arm. It's your extra appendage. It's your extra appendage. And you need to just rip it off, let it go. But just going back to Instagram for a second, I wanted to mention, you were saying about Instagram being a filtered. Place of filtering.
It is a filter. Everything that's the main thing, that you get to put filters. Isn't that their thing? That's what made them like amazing. It was the filter.
And also, I think Instagram apps and social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook has created a selfie culture as well.
Selfie? Oh shit.
Yeah, selfie culture.
Shoot, selfies. I bought a selfie stick from Costco when I was in Florida a couple of years ago, just to get some pictures.
When I was working in event management, it was the gift, the swag to give out. So I had like 5 selfie sticks. Like everybody who came to my house got a selfie stick. I think I still have one in my.
I got it at Costco. If it's at Costco, it's mainstream. Like, come on.
Yeah, and it became super popular very quickly. It just like a burst of flame, just like
a selfie,
like in the night. Like it came, it caused destruction.
Yep.
And then it disappeared into the night, never to be heard of again.
Gone.
But it taught women angles.
What?
It taught us the angles.
What?
What's our good side? What's our bad side? To be able to take these selfies.
Yep.
And it's created, again, a culture full, as far as I'm concerned, of narcissists.
Yeah, I'll give you that one. I mean, yeah, it's full narcissists. But I mean, I feel like it dates back. Like, we've been doing selfies in one form or another for like centuries. I mean, you had, kings and queens that had, self-portraits painted. You had people drawing their own self-portraits more recently, and now you can take your own picture. It's more affordable. Everyone can do it. It's gone to the masses.
I mean, I'm guilty of it. I've taken I know my angles, and I've taken some selfies, some bathroom selfies that you've made fun of.
Yeah, I don't understand why you and the ladies in our family love to take bathroom
it's the
selfies.
lighting.
No, but then there's a toilet in the corner. Why do I have to see a toilet? Like,
Mine
why would
had
I want
tiles.
to see?
Mine didn't have a toilet.
There was a toilet.
There was not a
There was
toilet.
a toilet.
Stop
True
it right
story.
there.
True
Stop
story.
it. Stop it right there.
Yeah, flush.
Stop it.
Swish.
Stop it. It was not a toilet in my picture.
Yeah, there was.
It was just the tiles and maybe my hair stuff.
It might have been the toilet handle, like the metal handle.
Whatever.
Yeah, it was in the corner.
But like I said, I'm guilty of it. I've taken a selfie a time or two, but it's like inauthentic. It's not real. I know it's not real.
What do you think of those ones where I woke up like this, no makeup? You know, like all those hashtags.
Listen, Beyonce made that line. So the only person that woke up like that is Beyonce. Everybody else, you did not wake up like that. Like, you did something to your hair. You washed the crust out of your eyes. So I know when I wake up, I got crust in my eyes. I maybe got a little dribble of drool down my chin. And I got a head tie on this leopard print. I'm wearing it right now. So you did not just wake up that way. It's just, I don't find any of it really authentic. That's why I have a tough time taking pictures of myself. Like, I don't have a lot of like just pictures of myself that I post. I might take them for personal. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm having a good hair day. You know, my makeup looks nice today. Let me take a picture. I'm wearing a nice outfit. Let me take a picture.
And then you post it online.
No,
like
honestly, normally I don't post. You've seen my Instagram. There's not a lot of pictures of myself on my Instagram.
Okay, fair
enough.
Yeah,
there's
sure.
not, same thing with Facebook. I don't really post that much.
So what do you do with these pictures? What are they for?
They're just in my phone. Sometimes I use them as references to show my hairdresser how I want exactly my hair to be styled on any given day. Like, I just use them sometimes for reference.
I'm fishing.
You're fishing?
I'm fishing.
No, but honestly, that's like most of the times that's what I do with a picture. I'll like flip back when I'm at the hairstylist. And I'll be like, oh, I really like this haircut. So can we repeat
I
this?
probably should have done that. I've had a few good haircuts over the last
Start doing
while.
it. That's what that's like I said, that's what I take my pictures for. So start doing it. It helps. Because you want it like the exact way that you want it.
Yeah, like what's your setting? You know, like
what's your
you know your setting, but now what?
I'm a 2.
I'm switching it up. I'm still figuring out which one I want.
Which one is your setting?
Yeah, I'm changing it up. I'm doing fades. I used to be a one level guy all the time. No fades.
You're switching it up.
I'm trying to fade every now and then. You know, it's okay.
It's not a bad thing to fade. Fade away.
Fade away.
Fade away. But what's not fading away is the selfie culture. That's what I'm bringing it back. You see how I brought it back there? You see how I brought it back? Yeah. What's not fading away is the selfie culture. This creation of this narcissistic society that we seem to be living in nowadays. And it's a female thing. Like, I see men taking selfies and it's kind of embarrassing for me to look at them. Like, they're like muscular selfies. Like, I'm in the mirror and I'm just like not wearing a shirt on and here are my abs.
So you shouldn't do that.
Don't do that.
Okay. So
I'm at the gym. I'm just finished doing like 150 squats. I'm gonna take a selfie.
So essentially, if I want to take a picture with my shirt off, I have to go to a beach.
You have to have a reason or the doctor's. You're in the doctor's office. I don't care. Why would I take you have to have a reason to have your shirt off. Like,
you're hit. Yeah.
You're in the doctor's office. I don't care what the reason is. But it shouldn't just be you're in your bathroom, because more often than not, your shirt is off in your bathroom because you're showering.
Okay. So
it feels a little with the guy selfies. I'm weird about those ones. The girl selfies, they feel so just like self-indulgent. I'm going to use that
I love the way you said that. You're like
self-indulgent. Self-indulgent. And I told you about the dark triad, didn't I?
No, you didn't. What is this dark triad? Some sort of like ninja.
J.R. Let me tell you.
Onika, what are you trying to tell me right now?
Let me tell you. I read about this thing called the dark triad because I like to do my research. So
yeah, I like to wing it.
You like to wing it. I like to be a little bit prepared. It's just who I am. So it's narcissism, which is extreme self-centeredness. Machiavellianism, which is manipulation of others, and psychopathy, which is acting impulsively with no regard for others. This is the culture that selfies have. This dark triad culture is what selfies have created.
Reminds me of Material Girl.
Oh yes, Material Girl. That's what we call his wife. I said it. We have to have a code name for it. We can't, give the goods too much. The ink hasn't been dried yet. So, Material Girl.
You're hilarious.
I'm just saying that is Material Girl to the T.
Okay.
She was heavily into the selfie culture.
Yeah, she's the reason why I actually got on to like social media, just to have something in common eventually. That was because it was really my thing.
No, and I remember you had a specific rule about taking pictures in your house.
Oh yeah, no pictures in my home. Let's be real here, because things might be going on that might be questionable, might not be. I might want to run for prime minister one day. Just
I could see that.
Just
let's not be taking random selfies.
That's it. Like, there's one photo out there circulating of me where I'm hugging a toilet. Other than that. So that's like my version of a bad selfie.
Oh my gosh.
Someone else has it.
That's your worst selfie?
That's the worst photo of me out there. Someone has a picture of me hugging a toilet. I remember exactly the day it was because I mixed I drank Ray and Nephew. Yeah, that day. That's what happened.
I don't know if I have, women hide their worst selfies. They don't let anyone know. Any selfie where I'm taking a picture of myself in what's it called? A sports bra. Mm-hmm. To see my stump, the side picture, the front picture, anything that shows me being a fat person trying to lose weight is a horrible selfie.
So you're saying you got those cropped at the top.
Yeah, it's it's belly and then side belly and then back fat. It's not cute. So, and it's hard to take that back selfie. That's where you need the selfie stick. So I have maybe a couple of those in my phone just to remind myself how wrong these pictures truly are.
Oh man.
But that's the worst selfie. I don't even think any, I have a couple head tie selfies.
Yeah, that's cool. Whatever.
But I'm a black woman. Black women all wear head ties. At least they should.
At least they should.
At least they should. If you're not black ladies out there, you should be.
I remember when we had that conversation, I questioned whether my mother ever wore a head tie because I couldn't think of it. I was like, I don't think I've ever seen her wear a head tie. And then I was like, nope, she wears a head tie every now and then. She'll throw that out.
You gotta wear a head tie.
Yeah.
You gotta tie that hair up for all those selfies.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You gotta take those selfies and make yourself look all peacock for the selfie.
Peacocking, yes.
Call
that's
back.
What we're doing. You gotta set them thirst traps. You gotta set them thirst traps with those selfies.
Oh my goodness.
But with that said, the final dish, really, I'm gonna start with cell phones. When it comes to your cell phone, honestly, take some time off. Cut off that third appendage. Put it down. Spend some time with each other. Do something, in the world that makes you happy other than your phone. Because it's technology. It's taking over. It's always going to be there. It's not really going anywhere. So I wouldn't worry too much about constantly being on it. So take time out. And when it comes to taking selfies, literally you only have to see yourself for 5 minutes a day. When you wake up in the morning, you wash the crust out of your eyes, you brush your teeth, and you do your hair. That's the only time you need to see yourself. So please, guys, stop with all the selfies. Can you do that for me? Just try. Take a picture of a lake or a bird or a butterfly, something else. I'm really interested in seeing something other than your face. So that was the dish of the day. If you liked it, write to us. If you didn't, write to us. Let JR let them know how they can reach us.
You can reach us at Dysh, DYSH, at DaintyDysh.com. That's DaintyDysh.com. You can also check us out on Instagram, even though we were talking about selfies. And, I feel like I got to change my Instagram name now from Best Of because... Well, actually, no, it is the best. It's the best.
It's the best of JR and the best of Onika.
Yeah.
And mine has a lot of poetry and stuff on it.
Which is the best of your poetry.
It's the best of my stuff. So
I guess that works. So check us out on Instagram, Best of Onika, Best of JR. Check us out on our website, DaintyDysh.com. Check out the dishes that we have on there. leftover dishes. The leftover dishes that we have on there if you want to catch up. What's going on with an OnikaDainty.com?
got some poetry, a couple blog entries, and some personal journals. Take a read. It's interesting stuff.
Yeah, so thank you for listening. If you're listening to us on YouTube, like us, subscribe. If you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, subscribe and
give us a 5. You deserve a 5. Give us a 5. Give us a 5.
Thank you. If you're listening to us on another platform, thank you. Continue doing so and subscribe there. And yeah, I'm good. I'm done.
All right. Well, as I said, that was the dish of the day. And I hope you have a very, very happy hump day.